More on that coming up. In the meantime, out to California, which is facing a massive budget deficit, may be able to play a hand that could change that, so to speak, with one advocate group claiming legalizing internet poker could generate $1 billion for the state during the next decade. So, is that a good idea? Should California lawmakers go all in on the idea? Greg Raymer is a former World Series of Poker winner. That's a good person to talk to, I would say, about this. What do you think of it, Greg?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it's a good idea, but it's not good enough. The problem is that this probably would do a lot for California. It would improve their budget situation, and it would be good in the sense that we want to have online poker specifically legalized. The problem is we don't want it just for Californians. What poker players want is to be able to play against each other from wherever we are in the world.
What do you say to people? You'd be an interesting person to ask this to, who make the moral argument to you, who say, well, this isn't, gambling's a big problem in this country, you're just going to make it worse if you legalize it. Essentially the same argument they make for illegal drugs, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much a libertarian, so I feel that once you're an adult, you should be permitted to do whatever you want if you are doing it by yourself or doing it with other consenting adults. So if you want to play poker online, if you want to do anything else, even if I think you're making a foolish decision on something you might choose to do, like the drugs that are currently illegal, I don't want to stop you from doing it because I don't want the government stopping me from doing what I want to do as a consenting adult.
Then the other argument is more of a practical one. I saw some opponents of this saying that no society in history has ever gambled its way into prosperity. I don't know if that's true or not, but their argument is that this isn't going to solve things.
Well, I'm not even concerned with that side of it. I think online poker should be legal for all American adults. I want the federal government to step up, pass the legislation, you know, like the bill that Harry Reid was pushing during the lame duck session. We didn't get it through. We're still hoping to get it through because we want that at the federal level for everyone around the country and around the world. But California, whether it's going to solve their problems or not, to me is irrelevant. You know, at least they're taking what I consider the appropriate libertarian approach to this issue. And they're saying, hey, and this will help, by the way, with the budget crisis.
You know, your story is kind of an interesting one in and of itself, and maybe we just take a quick second on it before we let you go. You mentioned that you won the World Series of Poker, and I think that was like a $5 million prize and what have you. But before that, you were a patent attorney, right? At what point did you realize, you know what, forget this lawyer stuff, I'm going to be a professional poker player?
Well, I always tell people, you know, today I get asked this a lot, you know, because they want to become a full-time poker professional. And I always tell them, you know, stay in school or keep your job, whichever it is. I was a part-time professional poker player for many years while I was a full-time patent attorney for Pfizer. I didn't quit my job until I won the World Series main event. Right. You know, and as you said, $5 million. And then PokerStars is offering me more money to represent them as an endorser of their online poker service than Pfizer was going to pay me to be a patent attorney.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Greg, we're going to wrap it up right now. Greg Raymer to get back to the breaking story here in New York, but we appreciate